Hello guys, welcome back to a small Canadian beekeeper. I'm just finishing up or wrapping up my hives. I'm here on my yard in the forest where I have 3 of my hives out of 11. I just finished putting up wrap paper and looking up at the bees and looking at the sugar box, sugar candy box, and the quilt box, making sure everything is ready. So I wanted to bring you along with me to finish my last hive. So I'll explain to you what I did first, and I'll show it to you. First of all, what I did is I used, to control the mites, I used oxalic acid. This is a preventive way to control the mites. This is I call one of my vaporizer. Right now it's not the best on the market, but since I'm a little small beekeeper, it suffices. I got this on Amazon, 30 bucks. Also, I got this oxalic acid, 5 pounds of the product. I got this also on Amazon. I got this for I think around 20 bucks. So if you guys want to see the address where to find it, this will help you. I do the treatments in fall, late fall. So I did this at this time. So today we're the 19th of October. So it's the best time to do this. There's no brood, there's nothing at all in the box, so it helps in somewhat to control the mites. So what we'll do today is we'll put the tar paper around this last hive. After that, we'll look inside, see the quilt box, and see if the candy board, if they're missing candy or sugar, we'll add it. So join along. So all this tar paper was pre-measured and already cut in advance, so it would go on quickly. Well, all the 2 hives, cutting the holes and putting in tar paper took me about 15 minutes per hive. So it's not too long. It's not too hard of a job. So it goes on pretty quickly. My hives are 2 deep box. They're full of nectar. I weigh them, not with a scale, but approximately compared to weights I had at home. They're around 70 to 90 pounds in total, each box. So enough for the winter. But I still put a candy board on it. The candy board is to make sure, because here the winter is long, so make sure they have enough food to go through the winter. So I hope you guys can see well what I'm doing. So last video I did was pretty low quality. It was the first time I'm making a video, so hopefully this one will be better, and all you guys will be able to leave comments and see if I'm doing something right or wrong, and if you see I'm doing something wrong, don't be shy, just write a comment. I'm always here to learn and try to teach other small beekeepers what I'm doing, and if it can help somebody else, at least it will help somebody else. So probably next year, I want to do, I have 11 hives in total right now. I want to probably try to double at least on my own without buying any bees. So what I want to do, probably I'll get another type of vaporizer for the oxalic acid. There's one that's called Vaporizer 110. It's you plug in the generator. This one is plugged in the battery, so a 12-volt battery. Takes a while to heat up. Takes about 10 minutes to make sure. Takes about 10 minutes to vaporize and go all in the box. So it's quite a long process. The VAP 110 takes it heats up the element inside, and within 2 minutes everything is complete. It's a bit expensive, but I think on the web there's a guy, I don't remember his name, but there's a guy that's making some handmade, and they're pretty cheap. I think they're about 200 bucks less expensive. Right now I'm cutting my holes, my vent holes. I'll show you in a minute when I opened up the top box. The vent hole of the quilt box and the sugar candy board. The vent box on the sugar candy board, it's for the bees for this spring to come out in and out if the bottom entrance is blocked. And the quilt board, it's especially for ventilation, but to cure the humidity that's in the bees produce in the boxes. So it's easy as that. So what I'll do is I put a strap around it like I did on the other box and over it. But I'll bring you guys with me and I'll show you my quilt box and my candy board box. So there's two different boxes, one over the other. So I'll show you guys. This is my inner cover. Sorry about that, it's hard to do on one-handed. And the lid is stuck too, so I'll take out my candy board. So this is the quilt box. So just put burlap over it. The bees can't get in or get out in this box, as you see. It's just for ventilation and catching the humidity. After that, there's the candy board. The bees are pretty active. They're all on top here, and the box are pretty full. So what I'll do, I'll just add a little bit of sugar, just to make sure. Adding this dry sugar in the long run with the humidity, you're going to catch the humidity, and it's going to harden up and naturally become the candy board, part of the candy board. So, like I mentioned on my first video, it's an insurance, just to make sure the bees go through the long winter and the hard spring, if there's a hard spring. So in the candy board, before this, I put about 2 pounds of around 2 pounds of sugar each candy board box. A little bit of water just to make sure that stick together and stays in the screen. So putting back my burlap in the quilt box. I'll turn my inner cover the other way. It was this way before, now I'll turn it the other way. So to help for the ventilation, it's going to do an extra hole over the burlap, not the burlap, but the inner box. I have a 1-inch foam in the top cover. So this is pretty much it. So what I have left to do is put the tie down around it and over it for the winter. Make sure if there's any bears or something like that, that if they push it down, at least they're going to stay a bit together. So if you guys have any question on the installation here, what you see, and if you have any comments to do, don't be shy, leave a comment and I'll answer all your questions. So probably I'll do another video in a couple of weeks, just show you how the bees are doing. I think in a month from here we'll get some snow, and we'll bring you along and keep you updated how the bees are doing. So like I mentioned on the first video, keep care of your bees and they take care of you, or take care of your bees and they'll take care of you. Okay, see you next time.